Good morning and welcome back to part 7 of our VPC playlist. So in this video we are going to learn that what are NAT instances. NAT stands for Network Address Translation. So let's start. So now let's talk about NAT instances. NAT stands for Network Address Translation. A NAT instance is like a bastion host, an EC2 instance that lives in your public subnet. So through Bastion host, as we know that we are going to do SSH into our private instances. So NAT instances are same like Bastion host. A NAT instance, however, allows your private instance outgoing connectivity to the internet while at the same time blocking inbound traffic from the internet. So NAT instances allows EC2 instance to access the internet which are in your private subnet. Then NAT instances should be launched into public subnet. You must disable EC2 settings called source destination check. So whenever you create an instance of your NAT, then you have to go to your settings of the EC2 instance, and there you have to first of all disable the setting which is called source destination check. Then you have to attach a elastic IP to your NAT instance, and your route tables should be properly configured. So now let's go to the example of our NAT instance and see that how it actually works. So first of all, here we have a virtual private cloud, and inside the virtual private cloud we have the public subnet and the private subnet. And in the private subnet we have two private instances created. The first IP of the private instance is 10.0.0.40, and the other private instance IP is 10.0.0.30. So two private instances are created in the private subnet. We have a server, so the private instance is going to communicate to the server, and the IP of the server is 50.61.5.19. So now let's see that how the private instance is going to connect to the server. So first of all, we have a security group of our NAT instance in the public subnet. Then we are going to create a NAT instance into a public subnet. Then we are going to attach the elastic IP to the NAT instance. As I told that elastic IP should be attached to our instance. So the IP is 12.35.54.76. So we are going to attach the elastic IP. Then first of all the communication will start. So the private instance is going to request to communicate with the server. So here the source will be 10.0.0.40 and the destination will be the server, of course, as the private instance want to communicate to the server. So the source will be the IP of the private instance and the destination IP would be the server's IP. Then next it will reach to the NAT instance, and the NAT instance will forward that request to the server, right? So here the source and destination will be the source IP will be the NAT instance IP, which is the elastic IP, which is 12.35.54.76, and the destination IP will be the server's IP, which is 50.61.5.19. Then next, after forwarding the request to the server is going to respond. So the server is going to respond to the NAT instance. So here the source will be, of course, the server's IP as the service is responding, which is 50.61.5.19, and the destination IP will be the NAT instance IP as it is responding to the NAT servers as it is in the between. So the IP of the destination will be the elastic IP of the NAT instance. Then after the response is reached to the NAT instance, the NAT instance is going to forward that response to the private instance which is there in the private subnet. So here it will forward the request, or we can say it will forward the response of the server to the private instance. So here the source will be, of course, the elastic IP through which the request is being forwarded, and then the destination will be our private IP. So this is way our NAT instance works. So now let's move on to the hands-on and let's create our own NAT instance. So now let's move to the demo of our NAT instances. So here in this video, we are going to provide the internet to our private instance through the NAT instances. So first of all, for that, we have to create a EC2 instance for NAT instance. So let's launch the instance. Click on launch instances, and here we'll name it as NAT instance. Let's scroll down and let's go to the OS images. Here we have to choose the NAT instance OS image. So click on browse AMIs, and here we have to write NAT and click on enter, and here we are able to see 286 plus results in our community AMIs. So click on it. Here we are able to find many different AMIs of NAT. You can choose any one which you want, but the name should be Amazon AMI VPC NAT 2018, and the architecture should be x86 underscore 64 EBS, right? We are going to choose the latest version of it. So we are let's find it. So okay, this is the latest version which is published. So it is 2023 323, right? So that architecture is x86 underscore 64, and the name is of course Amazon AMI VPC NAT 2018. So let's select this NAT instance AMI. Let's click on select, and it will be selected here, right? So we are able to see our AMI of NAT instance. So now let's move to our key pair. So I'm going to select my demo key pair which we have created. And of course, we have to edit our network settings. So click on edit. We are going to choose here our demo VPC, which is this. And we are going to create that in our public subnet A. The NAT instance will be created in our public subnet A. Okay, we have to also create a security group. Let's change the name of it, so it will be more readable, which is NAT Instance SD, right? So make sure that you change the name so it will be identifiable that this security group is for our NAT instance. Of course, we are going to change the inbound rules also. First is the SSH rule. We are going to keep this rule, and we are going to add one more rule. So we are going to use here HTTP. So let's find HTTP here. Okay, and then we are going to choose here. We are going to give the CIDR block as 10.0.0.0/16, right? And we are going to add one more inbound security rule for HTTPS also, as we want to do the request from HTTP and HTTPS both, right? So we're going to choose HTTPS also, and here also we are going to keep the same block as we have kept in the HTTP one, which is 10.0.0.0/16. Right now we have added two security rules extra, which is HTTP, HTTPS, and here first is the SSH one. Right now you have to edit the VPC also. Keep in mind, keep this in the public subnet A, right? You have to change the security group name, and you have to first of all here first main thing in here is you have to change the OS image. You have to give the AMI of your our NAT instance. Okay, so all the things are set now. Other all things we are going to take as a default only, right? And now let's create our NAT instance. So click on launch instance, and let's wait till the NAT instance is created. It is in a pending mode. Let's wait till the instance gets in running mode. So our NAT instance is created successfully and is in running mode, right? So now we are going to provide the internet to our private instance using the NAT instance. So first of all, before that, I have told that we have to change a setting into our NAT instance. So let's do that first. So click on the NAT instance and go to the actions part. Here in the networking part, we have to click on change source destination check. So here we have to stop it. This is very important. We have to disable the source destination check. So click on stop and save the changes. right? So we have edited our net instance setting now. So now let's go to our Bastion host, so we can access our private instance from there, and then we can provide internet to the private instance through the net instance which we have created. So now let's go to our Bastion host and connect. Click on connect, right? Let's connect our Bastion host. So let's wait till it gets connected. Okay, so our Bastion host is connected now. So let's do SSH into our private instance, as we want to provide internet to our private instance through the net instance. So write the SSH command, which is SSH EC2 hyphen user at the rate. We have to take our IP of private instance. So let's go to our instances and copy the private instance IP. So paste it here, and we'll specify the demo key pair here, right? And let's SSH into our private instance. Okay, so we are in our private instance now. So let's clear first of all. So now let's do ping here, ping google.com, and let's see that we are able to access the internet or not. So still we are not able to access the internet. So we have to now change our root table. First of all, of course, without editing the root table, we will not be able to provide internet to our private instance through the net instance. So now let's go to the VPC console and let's go to the root table part. So we have to edit the private root table here. So click on private root table and go to the roots part. We have to edit the roots part. So click on the edit root part. Here we have to add a root which is saying 0.0.0.0 slash 0. So whatever request comes from IP excluding this CIDR block, the request should be forwarded to the instances which is the net instance, right? So whatever request comes excluding this CIDR block IPs, the request should be forwarded to our net instance, right? So we have to add this rule, and all the requests excluding this IPs will be added or will be forwarded to our net instance which we have created. That will give the internet to our private instances. So let's save the changes and let's add the rule in our private root table. So the rule is successfully, or we can say the route is successfully added in our private root table. So now let's go to our EC2 instance of Bastion host and let's again ping google.com. Okay, still we are not able to get the internet access from our private instance. So of course we have to edit the inbound rules of our net instance, as we have to add one ICMP rule. So let's go to our net instance and edit the inbound rule of it. So let's go to the security part, and down here we will be able to see the inbound rules. So we have to edit it. So let's go to the security group of it, and here we have to edit the inbound rules. We have added the HTTP, HTTPS rules, but we forgot to add the ICMP rules, which is for ping command. So let's add the rule, and here we are going to choose all ICMP from IPv4 IP addresses, right? And we are going to choose here the block of 10.0.0.0 slash 16, right? So now let's save the rules. Okay, so we have added the ICMP rule into our net instance. So let's go to OK. It started, right? I don't have to again give the command as I didn't stop that. So here we are getting the internet from our private instance, right? So we are able to ping into our private instance, right? So the internet is accessible here. So this is how we can get internet accessibility into a private instance through the NAT instance. This will be more easier when we use the NAT gateways. In further video we will see that what are NAT gateways and how to do this all things, how to provide internet to our private instance directly through NAT gateways. This is bit older and bit difficult, or we can say bit complex thing, but through NAT gateway it will be very easier and fast. So that's it for the video. This is how you can provide internet to your private instances through the NAT instances. So meeting you in the next video.